client came to me and she asked me to do something. Her father-in-law died, and it was shocking. It was a surprise. It was unexpected, and so this is her first Christmas without him. This is not the first client that came to me and asked me to do something like this. One other client asked me to do patches because she was making pillowcases. So, but my friend asked me to make a pillow out of his clothing, and so this is one of his shirts. This is so easy. It's no joke. I use my serger, but I do recommend if you don't have a serger, just use your sewing machine. And in the back, it says, "This is a shirt I used to wear. Whenever you hold it, know that I'm there. Love, Papa." She found this on Pinterest, so this is not my idea, and this is not her idea. She just found this and thought it was great. So whoever on Pinterest did this, you're a genius because this is so cool. Also, the way the lady on Pinterest did it, she made a patch and put the patch on the shirt. I decided to just embroider on the back and do it pretty big so that it's just part of the shirt. I've also made patches for clients. I think I've made like 18 patches for this. So this is the thing this year apparently. And so here's another one. This one has two pockets. I think this one's so cool. This one has two pockets, and in the back it has the same saying. And so these are just shirts, and she told me that these are shirts that he always used to wear, that she always used to see him in them. And he's a really special person in their life, and that he's not here. But in a sense, he's still here because they're honoring him. They're honoring him and commemorating the moments that he brought to their life. And so I think that's really special. So I really do hope you like the tutorial, and I really do hope you commemorate these moments. Remember, we're not going to be here forever, and so enjoy the moments that you have with people that you love and adore and are investors in your life and that are there for you. And so I really do hope you like this tutorial, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time, and I hope you have a great Christmas too. Okay, so let's get started. Here I have the shirt, and I made sure that I just have it kind of hand pressed all the way down and made sure it's nice and even. And what I'm doing is I'm cutting the very top as the highest that I can get. My pillow is 16 by 16, so I at least need 15 inches across and 15 inches wide. And so here, what you see me doing is I'm starting to cut all the pieces that I'm not going to use. Because what I really do want is I want that front pocket um, and the buttons. I think that's what makes it really neat. And so here you see me just cutting everything off. And you can go ahead and measure across, but what I decided to do is just cut as much as I can off to be usable fabric so that if I needed to make another pillow or if she wanted something else, that I had more usable fabric than I needed. Here you just see me pulling the fabric up and going ahead and just trimming off that excess edge. So here you see me going ahead and getting rid of all that extra fabric and putting it aside, and I'm going to go ahead and turn the shirt over. There's also some extra selvage that I need to cut off, which is that rounded area in the bottom. I'm not going to use it necessarily because it's rounded and it's just a little bit harder to work with. And so I'm going to go ahead and um, cut all that off from edge to edge where the rounded area is. What I'm really trying to do is through this shirt make usable fabric. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to start measuring. My measurements are 15 by 15 because my pillow form is 16. So whatever your pillow form is, just shrink it by an inch. So here you see me cutting all the extra fabric. And what I did is I used a marking tool that dissolves by air. And so it's one of those purple pens. It dissolves by air so you can mark on fabric. And within a couple minutes, just know in 5 minutes, your marks will disappear. And so here you see me just measuring and making sure that my measurements are right. I'm making sure that the width is 15 by 15, and then I see that it's a little bit bigger. And I'm trimming everything off and trying to make it as square as I can. And here you see me measuring again, always measure twice, cut once. And here you see that I'm off. What I ended up doing is I needed to cut off an inch so that I wanted the button to be in the center as much as I can make it without having to cut off that pocket. So on this shirt, the pocket area was a little bit bigger and the buttons were not exactly in the center, but I wanted to make sure that that pocket stayed intact. And so I don't think anybody really notices it, but that's what I had to do, making sure that that pocket didn't get sergered or that I cut into it. So that's why you see me measuring and then I'm cutting all the edges and I'm making sure that the width is 15 and the length is 15. And then what we're going to do is I did use a serger to serger this. I felt the serger was a lot easier. Also, when you're doing the buttons or you're cutting in the button area, make sure you give yourself a half inch away from the button so that when you are sergering, you never touch those buttons. And also keep all your buttons buttoned. Don't unbutton your shirt. And so here you see that I turned the fabric right side out. So the right sides are facing each other. On this shirt, it doesn't really matter, but if you have a shirt that has different variations, it would. And so here I'm on my serger, and I'm going to go ahead and serger. And I'm sorry I had my camera right there on the table, so you see the film fluttering up and down as you see me sergering. Just make sure that you have your seams straight, and um, I just sergered all the way around. So here you see me showing you the pillow form. Mine was 16 by 16. The truth is you can make this any size. You can make it a 12 by 12 or a 6 by 6. But I decided to make it a little bit bigger for my friend. And here you see me turning that shirt right side out. Just make sure that you get those little cornered areas poked out as much as you can. And of course, you're going to go ahead and iron it. I didn't show that because I didn't think it was necessary because I really wanted to see what it looked like. And so here you see me stuffing the shirt. Also make sure that you tear off that label or cut it off. I noticed that it did affect the way it looked on the outside with the shirt because these shirts are a little bit thinner. And here you see me buttoning those buttons. I love this shirt because you don't really have to do much other than measure, cut, and sew all the way around those four seams and you're completely done. And this is a commemoration of a family member that you just love and adore. Now I'm also going to embroider it, but I just wanted to show you what this pillow looked like. And I am going to post a couple of pictures so that you could see them. And I am going to embroider the back now. So I also wanted to show you how I did this shirt. It's the same process, but what I had to make sure is that I had those two pockets in the pillow itself. So what I did is you see me here measuring an inch away from each pocket because I am going to kind of cut into it when I'm sewing. I'm going to sew into the seam maybe a fourth. And here you see me measuring at least an inch above the pocket. I could go higher, I probably ended up going higher when you cut everything off. But I'm just showing you how I cut this shirt briefly so that you could see some of the process because it is a little bit different. It's not much different, but once you have the cutting, the whole process is exactly the same. So here you see me trimming the very top of the shirt and just make sure that on your button area that you give yourself at least a half inch and here you see I gave myself an inch. Also, when I had an issue with this shirt, it was a little bit more narrow. So some of the inside seams of the sleeves were kind of right in the corners. But after I sergered it, no one saw it. So here you see me turning my fabric facing itself, making sure that my seams lines were straight. And then I went to the serger and I went ahead and I sergered all four seams. And I just went all the way around. This is really easy, just like the first one. And then I turned the fabric right side out and I went ahead and I started stuffing the shirt inside the pillow form. What really is good about doing this initially is you make sure that all your seams are sewn really well. And then I went ahead and I ironed everything. I think this shirt really turned out really special, especially having these two front pockets. And this is just a beautiful commemoration of a family member that's not here, but his love and memory is still here. And I really do hope you like this tutorial, and I hope you really honor your Christmas holiday. It's about the moments, it's not about the things, and it's about loving each other, especially those that are there and that adore you and want the best for you. Because remember, maybe one day they won't be there. So enjoy today as if it's your last. I really thank you for watching, and I really appreciate you, and I really do hope you have a Merry Merry Christmas. Talk to you next time.